From dangerous crossings to runaway trains and unbelievable railway moments, these clips show just how unpredictable life around the tracks can become.
Hear the whistle.
What started as an ordinary day in Columbus Grove, Ohio, suddenly turned chaotic when a semi-truck found itself in the path of a speeding train.
How are you not just going? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Viewer standing underneath the train and suddenly realized just how massive it really is. That's certainly one unforgettable way to make an exit. Somehow, despite everything happening around it, this train just keeps moving like nothing unusual happened. If you're a Harry Potter fan, this train ride might look strangely familiar. This feels less like a railway accident and more like the opening scene of a horror film. Need to move several trucks at once? Load them onto a train and let the railway do the heavy lifting.
Il segnale è rosso, però il treno non si sta fermando.
This train was so packed that hundreds of passengers ended up riding on the roof. Apparently, personal space was completely sold out. Thankfully, these rail cars were empty. Just imagine how much worse this could have been if they were carrying. In Boyarka, Ukraine, a reckless driver stopped directly across the crossing and nearly caused a disaster. A railway worker managed to pull him away just in time. A woman pushed her stroller across the tracks with a train only seconds away. Somehow, she made it across, but that was an incredibly dangerous decision. Even in Switzerland, trains and trams need serious snow-clearing equipment to keep the tracks usable. Apparently, capacity limits don't mean much here. Still, this is definitely not something anyone should try copying. Who knew watching a snowplow clear railway tracks could be this satisfying? A routine moment suddenly became tense when this diesel locomotive unexpectedly caught fire. That much smoke coming from a train is definitely not something you want to see. This truck driver tried to beat the approaching train across the road and somehow escaped with an unbelievable amount of luck. A freight train carrying palm oil passes directly through a crowded market in Indonesia, briefly turning a busy shopping area into a railway corridor. Holy During the lockdown period, a coal train suffered a car separation that brought the operation to an abrupt stop. The driver was reportedly under the influence while working when this incident was recorded. He survived the crash with only minor injuries.
Jezus Maria. Dzwoń Krzysiu, szybko potem.
Japanese railways are famous for their precision, and this scene shows several trains moving together with incredible timing. That's what you call someone who knows exactly how to handle a train. This is why checking both directions before crossing railway tracks is so important. Fortunately, nobody was injured here.
Holy crap.
Imagine heading to work and suddenly watching an unmanned locomotive derail directly in front of you.
No, that just happened. That just happened. No way. Where does that just happen? I just watched a derailment happen. Oh my god. This is crazy.
One train had barely disappeared around the bend when another came into view. Talk about perfect timing. A railway trestle in California suffered severe fire damage and has now been taken out of service. It doesn't take long for a railway structure to become dangerously compromised. This train was moving at nearly 300 kilometers per hour. At that speed, blink once, and you've already missed it. Indian rush hour is on another level, and this single clip pretty much says it all. The train may look like it's moving slowly in this San Nicolas incident, but the situation was much closer to disaster than it appears. While rail fans were filming, this locomotive developed a fire caused by turbocharger problems. It struggled along toward Pennsylvania until additional power could be brought in. Planes aren't the only machines capable of experiencing dramatic mechanical failures. Trains can have their own spectacular breakdowns too. Instead of relying only on traditional snowplows, Japan also uses water sprinklers to help prevent ice from building up around the tracks. Huge waves crashed over the seawall at Dawlish as the train heading toward Penzance continued through the spray. The railway was surrounded by seawater, but the service kept moving. The locomotive's turbocharger suffered a catastrophic failure while underway, sending flames shooting from the rear of the train. A traction motor failure caused another train fire, igniting flames and burning tires. The smell of scorched rubber reportedly remained long after the fire was gone. The approaching train was moving with so much force that the displaced air was enough to send the surrounding trees bending and shaking. A blind curve left two trains on a collision course, but thankfully, both were traveling slowly enough to keep the outcome from becoming much worse.
Rápido. Qué chulo se ve, parece un gusanito.
You can almost feel the locomotive's power through the camera as the entire view shakes while it passes. Even reporters aren't immune to awkward moments when they're trying to cover a story. Dashcam footage captured an Ohio derailment as the train suddenly struck a signal post, sending the situation in an unexpected direction. This fire engine doesn't need a normal road to reach the emergency. It's traveling directly along the railway tracks to get there. That's it for this round. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one.